This week on the Gadget Show Web TV, I'll be showing you how to set up your very own internet radio station. And John's got a first look at the latest LG Prada mobile phone, plus the latest in gadget tech news. Hello and welcome to this week's Gadget Show Web TV. Later I'll be showing you how you can let the world hear your music collection by setting up an internet radio station. But first, John's been checking out the latest version of LG's Prada mobile phone.
I was always a big fan of LG's original Prada. It worked very well and very elegantly, in spite of being rather short on features, with the exception, of course, of that early pioneering touchscreen. So I was really pleased when I heard that LG had brought out a new Prada, the LG Prada 2. It's got much better connectivity, 3G, HSDPA and Wi-Fi, and most importantly, it slides open to reveal this really rather functional keyboard. I've been doing some practice timings on it and I find I can type quicker on this than I can on a BlackBerry or a Nokia E71. So it really is good enough to make short notes and emails a pleasure rather than a chore. They've improved the touchscreen interface too. It's now got a 3D appearance. You can easily slide between different screens. You can add your own icons, move them around, and you can use widgets which are customizable too. You can change their settings, add to them, and move them around just like you would on your computer's desktop. It all works really well. The camera now has 5 megapixels, although to be honest I found it rather disappointing. The stills are rather soft. And I also found that when I switched to video mode, my audio often wasn't in sync with my pictures, which really won't do at all. Although again, it's controlled by this rather pleasant touchscreen interface, which also allows you to zoom in and out of your pictures with multi-touch gestures when you're reviewing them in the gallery. One final interesting feature is that it's now available with a matching watch. This really rather beautiful timepiece called the Prada Link links to the phone in all sorts of helpful ways. You can see who's calling, reject the call if you want to, look at your call history, and you can be alerted when you receive text messages, plus you'll be able to read them. You can also set it to sound an alarm if you're more than 10 meters from the phone, which should stop you leaving the thing in places if that's what you're inclined to do. You will have to remember to charge your watch though. The battery standby time is quoted at 48 hours. Despite those niggles with the camera, which could possibly be addressed by a future firmware upgrade, I really like the new Prada, and I think it deserves to be a success.
Right, now it's time for the news, and this first story might interest all you big screen lovers out there, because Philips have unveiled the first 21:9 ultra-wide screen television. It's 56 inches and has the exact same dimensions as a cinema screen, so you can all look forward to watching your favourite movies at home on a big screen without those annoying letterbox black bars at the top and bottom of the picture. Now it also includes the Philips Ambilight Spectra lighting technology, and the Ambilight works by creating a glow on the wall behind the television and changes colour every time the colours on the screen change, and it creates a much more immersive movie experience. The 21:9 television goes on sale later this spring, and full details on pricing and specifications will be revealed later this month at the official announcement. Next, games retailer Game are starting an online rental scheme to work in very much the same way as movie online rental schemes like Love Film. Game rentals will allow players to borrow up to 2 games at a time for a small monthly fee. And the great news is, because it's a subscription-based service, there'll be no late fees. You can keep games for as long as you want, or if you're keen, play the games, try them, send them back and get a new title. It's a great way to try new titles before you commit to buying them, but there's no word yet on how much that monthly fee is going to be. Games will include new and classic titles for all the mainstream consoles except PC. Now it's time for one of my how-tos, and this week I've been busy playing DJ with my very own internet radio station. I love listening to the radio to catch up on the latest tunes, but it's a tad annoying when you flick through the dial and there's nothing decent to listen to. And what's even more annoying is when you think you can do a better job than the DJ. Well, now you can, by creating your very own internet radio station. So here's the Gadget Show's guide to creating your own online radio station. And the first thing you need to do is download some software. Now there are a lot of different ones to choose from, but I've gone for Live 365, as it has a network of over 10,000 internet radio stations, and they're all free to listen to. Now these stations might be free to listen to, but they're not all great, and I'm going to have to make sure that my station is so much better than these are. But first things first, I need to sign up. Live 365 costs around $10 a month, but some of this money goes towards a copyright agreement fee, which means that you can broadcast whatever you want without worrying about copyright infringement. Right, so now I've signed up, I just need to load my MP3s into the playlist window on the software. It's really easy, you just need to drag and drop the tracks. I can now add, delete and change my playlist whenever I like, but 12 tracks is enough for now. It'll give me a nice hour-long radio show. Next I want to record my chat for in between the tracks, just like a proper DJ. To do this, I'm using a standard microphone headset that plugs into my computer through the line input. Now you can either broadcast live to the world or pre-record the show and select when you want it to go out. Hello and welcome to Gadget Show FM. I'm your host Dionne South, and to kick off today's proceedings, I'm going to play you one of my personal favourites. So turn your volume up loud, sing like no one else is listening, because here are the fabulous Kings of Leon with You Somebody. Next up, it's MGMT with Electric Feel. That was Electric Feel by MGMT from their fabulous album, Miraculous Spectacular. Coldplay's Viva La Vida is awesome, and one of my favourite tracks from their album is Life in Technicolor. Here it is. Well, that's all we've got time for today, but tune in again to Gadget FM and we will bring you another choice selection of tunes that will bring pleasure to your ears. Thanks for listening. So that's all done and I'm ready to broadcast, and the great thing about online radio is you really can broadcast to anyone around the world. Traditional radio broadcasting can only travel as far as the radio waves allow it, but with your own internet-based niche radio station, you really can reach audiences all around the world. So check out my broadcast at www.live365.com/stations/Dionne_Gadget. Well, unfortunately, that's it for this week. But next week, John's looking at the latest recordable FreeSat box from Humax, and I'll be showing you how to turn your old negatives into digital photos. See you then.